We have big news from the Chicago Fire today. The team just announced plans for a new stadium on a piece of land in downtown Chicago. Team owner Joe Mansueto wants to take this empty piece of land in the South Loop, known as the 78, and turn it into this. This is a rendering of what the stadium will look like, and Mansueto plans to do it on his own dime. The stadium is expected to cost roughly $650 million and will seat 22,000 fans. The team plans to break ground starting late this year or early next year, and the target to open it is ahead of the 2028 season. So where exactly is this big piece of land that the Fire announced for the new stadium? Charlie Wojciechowski is in the South Loop to show us and tells us what it's going to be used there. Charlie, it's not much to look at right now, but the plans look nice.
It looks a lot better in the plans than it does right now. Let me tell you where I am standing. To this direction is Roosevelt Road. Right behind me are the metro tracks. Right across the street from me, that is the Chicago River. This is what is called the 78. There is room here for about 10 million square feet of residential and retail development, and possibly one professional sports stadium. This afternoon, Chicago Fire players and their mascot posed for pictures on what could be their new home, a prime piece of real estate in Chicago's South Loop, currently known as the 78.
Mr. Mansueto is the type of leadership that I've expressed that we need, particularly from the business community. He's willing to put real skin in the game.
Mayor Brandon Johnson this morning happy with the project that will bring new life to what had been one of the largest undeveloped parcels in the city.
I've made it very clear that any type of development in the city of Chicago has to have a public benefit and public use. And, we need more projects, like this.
And while a new stadium for the Chicago Fire is now the main focus, this 62 acres has a long history, including a plan last year to turn it into a new stadium for the Chicago White Sox.
Yes, this is a ballpark, but it's so much more for the city of Chicago.
A temporary field was built, leading many to believe that was the plan. That field is now in use for a private sports club. Much of the land that makes up the 78 was created through a series of landfills and the realignment of the Chicago River in the 1920s. It has been used as a rail yard for trains connecting to the former Grand Central Station and the LaSalle Street stations. A metro line runs along the east side, which could make it accessible to soccer fans coming in from the suburbs. The rail yard was dismantled in the 1970s and the land remained unused for decades. In 2001, developer Tony Resco bought the lot and planned a massive mixed-use development. That never happened. Now under Joe Mansueto, founder of the Morningstar financial firm, this 78th Chicago neighborhood stands waiting for its next chapter.
People don't make billion-dollar bets in cities that are dying.
And you might be wondering, why is this called the 78? Well, Chicago has 77 neighborhoods right now. This back here was to be the 78th. Now it's going to be the home of the Chicago Fire. Reporting live from the 78, Charlie Wojciechowski, NBC 5 News.
Thank you for that lesson. We got a lot of little nuggets in there, Charlie. We appreciate it.